All right, in 3, 2, 1.
Get to the podcast!
Are you telling me that you built a time machine? Out of a podcast?
I have come here to chew bubblegum and
Podcast.
and I'm all out of bubblegum.
Hey everyone, welcome to Get to the Podcast.
Are we good?
Yeah, you guys were talking the whole time.
I know.
I'm gonna keep going with this intro.
I can't trust you, man.
I don't care.
All right.
That's your problem.
All right, start over.
What do you mean you can't trust me? What the fuck does that mean?
That's good.
What?
That's good.
Like I'm here to be trusted by you?
I'm supposed to count on your ability to trust me?
Are we not doing the intro
now
for real?
Now you
Hey,
have to.
hey.
We're not gonna.
Fucker,
Okay, do the
I'm
intro as Joe
fucking talking
Pesci.
to
Do the
you
intro
here,
now as
and
Joe
you're fucking
Pesci.
changing the subject. Now you listen to me.
Do
Have
the
we
intro.
started,
Smart
or
guy.
we-
I don't know. I don't know
Okay,
what he's planning on
so
doing.
I'm gonna start the podcast.
Okay, do the
You're gonna
intro.
shut the fuck up.
Wow, Tommy. All right.
Hey everyone, this is Joe Pesci. Welcome to Get to the Podcast. Let's get to the podcast with a number 2. I don't know why they fucking chose that. It's just a fucking number 2. What are we talking about today?
Apparently number 2s.
Hey, you shut the fuck up.
So we're talking about the Irishman. That wasn't a bad Joe Pesci.
Definitely
that was-
talking
that
about the
Joe
Irishman.
Pesci. Yeah. What? I'm a comedian.
Well,
Like I'm
fucking
here to amuse
comedian?
you.
Well, wait. You know, I don't know. You said it.
That's so good.
I think
He's so
everybody's
good.
excited Joe
Joe
Pesci is
Pesci's
not
been,
dead,
he's
and
been
back.
retired basically.
20 years.
Has it been that long?
It's been
No.
20 years,
I'm
yes.
so
What's his last
excited to see
credit?
him on screen.
Joe Pesci's last credit?
You're saying 20 years? That's 1999. Has he not done anything in the 2000s? I don't think that doesn't.
No, he
feel
did
right.
stuff. No,
19... Hold
Was
on,
it Gone Fishing with Danny Glover? If that's his last movie, I'm gonna shit myself. It's just
Well, he was supposed to be
do
in Gotti.
which
Yeah.
the
He
way
was in
that
Lethal
turned
Weapon
out.
4, which is in 98.
98. That's right.
Oh, no, he was in The Good Shepherd. That may have been his last movie. That was 2006.
Okay, but still, that's
I
13
think-
years.
I think
Yeah.
that may have been his last movie.
So yeah,
That's
he
close.
was supposed to do
And that-
Gotti.
he was in it for 10 seconds.
okay,
One scene for 10. He played like a mafia guy for 10 seconds.
which is surprising because that's really against character for him.
He's never played a mafia guy.
No, so I that's 13 years. That's so crazy because he was supposed to be in Gotti and
Yeah.
he was supposed to play. I forget what mob boss he was supposed to play. He gained weight for the role, and then they
fucked
then
him
wanted
over.
him to play
Yeah.
somebody else. And he's like, I just gained all this fucking weight for the role, and got pissed. I think he sued them. Sued the
I don't.
studio,
Yeah,
the
I don't know
production
about
company.
all that, but I know that
Yeah,
he
I'm
was like,
pretty sure.
"I'm not doing it."
Yeah, it really pissed him off. And I'm like, Joe Pesci, like literally would have elevated that movie like to the fucking roof.
Oh yeah,
Like,
he's
that's-
amazing. His
Pesci-
timing and
I've
it's
never
so
seen
organic.
him-
Everything that he does is just. I love it.
And it's different too. It's like, yeah, he's got that voice, but other than that, like you see him in movies like Goodfellas and Raging Bull. Like even those two roles are completely different.
Home Alone.
Casino, and then you have Home Alone, then you have Gone Fishing, then you have the Lethal Weapon movies.
Oh, my God,
He's
yeah.
completely different. Okay. Hey, I was calling you name fuckface.
Okay, all right, listen.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
he
got
did a
that
voice.
voice that sounds like a fun person.
Yeah.
But then when he
get
takes that voice and
sinister.
he flips it.
Yeah.
And you're like, what just happened? And you're so into, especially that scene that we're joking about where he's like, what am I funny?
am I,
He's telling
comedian?
a joke and suddenly the
Like
guy
I'm here
sa-
to amuse you.
Yeah, and the guy says one line. He goes, "You're funny," and then he stops the whole room, saying, "What do you mean?" And everybody's like, "Oh
Well,
shit!"
Yeah.
It's
But he's fucking with him too.
But he's
like, at
fucking
the end
with
of
him,
that
too.
scene,
He
he's
has
joking.
like that little Napoleon thing going
He's
on.
a Napoleonic
Yeah.
complex,
Yeah.
yeah. But okay, we're talking about the
He
Irishman.
was in this, the Love Ranch.
Okay.
Love Ranch or whatever in 2010. So
Okay.
that was his last movie.
Gotcha.
So it's been only, but I mean, technically, 2 movies in 20 years, like that's
like nothing, yeah.
It's like nothing, yeah.
yeah.
He's been effectively retired.
Yeah.
I don't know why he did that. I don't know what his personal reasons are for that, but he put in the work before he retired.
He did.
Okay.
He did.
And now he's back with The Irishman with Martin Scorsese again, who
Yeah.
directed him in Goodfellas and Casino. And this is like a return to kind of this mafia-esque era for Scorsese.
Yeah.
Who really hasn't has he done anything like that since Casino in '95?
Not really.
I don't know. I mean, he's always done the ones with crime and stuff like that, but He hasn't really done that. I mean, he had Mean Streets in '72. So he had like over the years, he definitely had, tackled this kind of.
This era of film
Yeah,
has really
after
hasn't been
Casino.
done for a while.
Yeah.
It was Gone Fishing, 8 Heads in a Duffel Bag,
Oh, you're talking
Lethal
about
Weapon
Joe
4.
Pesci.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, what are we talking about?
I was talking about
Scorsese?
Scorsese, yeah.
Oh,
This era of film
I
hasn't
don't think he's
been
done
done.
like a mafia type movie in a while.
Oh yeah, when he goes, there won't be any more. Like he's the only one that does them.
Well,
Yeah.
no, what I'm
mean, the
saying
only
is I
one
don't
that
think
does
he's
them the
done
way
them.
he does
But I
them.
don't
Yeah,
think he's
exactly.
done them since like '95. Like what?
Probably so.
I mean, he's done crime type movies, and he did like Shutter Island, which is way different. But in terms of like mafia, because Casino and Casino is
they're not
kind
as
of a-
much on the radar anymore, and I feel like they've told many stories.
Yeah, I mean, there's ways that there. I mean, you're not a big mafia movie fan, but I mean, Godfather is one of my favorites, and Goodfellas, and Casino is
No, because he
mafia.
did Silence.
Right, which was he did Silence, he did Shutter Island, he did Departed. Departed was probably his
Departed.
last one, but it's
Departed,
different. It's
yeah,
like
correct.
Irish mob.
He directed one of the episodes of Boardwalk Empire,
But
which is kind of
he was an executive producer on
Mafia.
that show. Yeah, like he was.
Okay.
I don't think he was a creator, but I think he was in it.
No, well, I mean, it says he directed one episode in
It
2010.
was the opening. I think it was the pilot episode.
Oh, was it the pilot?
Yeah, the first episode because he set
That's
the
a really
tone.
good show, too.
That show's unbelievable, and yeah, that's mafia-esque.
Yeah,
It's actually-
1920s or something.
Yeah, it's like 20s in Atlantic City on the boardwalk. That's
Yeah.
why it's called Boardwalk Empire, and it's based on Steve Buscemi's character, who's a real guy, Nucky.
Yeah.
Who's a real guy who ran things back then. But
Yeah,
Al
such
Capone's in that. Al Capone shows up in that. And
Yeah, a lot of like famous,
Yeah.
crime guys.
But I would say his last movie was The Departed.
The Departed, yeah,
which is-
2006.
Yeah, it's Irish mob.
Yeah.
But it's in that world. It's not the Italian. But this new one's got Irishman is Jimmy Hoffa.
Mm-hmm.
Al Pacino plays Jimmy Hoffa,
Yeah.
who is the head of the Teamsters Union. And Danny DeVito famously did a movie about that in the early 90s with Jack Nicholson playing Jimmy Hoffa.
Yeah.
And the guy went missing. Like everybody's, he's definitely got killed, but nobody knew. There was like jokes like he's buried in the left field of Yankee Stadium or something, or Met Stadium. But yeah,
I'm sure somebody knows where he is.
Oh yeah,
You know.
sure somebody. I'm sure a lot of people know her.
Maybe he went into witness protection.
Yeah.
Let's
maybe.
let's hope for the positive.
Yeah. Hey, nice to meet you. I'm James Hoffman. Wait a minute. But yeah, this new one looks so they finally dropped the trailer. The Irishman, it's about a mob hitman recalls his possible involvement with the slaying of Jimmy Hoffa. Like that's what the movie's about. And the new trailer, it looks good. I mean, first off, Scorsese's in my top 5 directors of all time. So we knew he wasn't going to shit the bed on this movie. But I feel like I'm just talking to myself, guys. Neither one of you are
No, I'm
like,
listening. No, I'm
I'm
listening.
listening.
I even turned to say I laughed at your joke.
What joke?
The one
What?
you just said.
What joke? What do you mean a joke?
You can't repeat the
What
line
do you mean
5
a
times
joke?
in the podcast and keep it funny. We're not
All right.
Joe Pesci, but good job.
Yeah. But he's one of my favorites, so we knew he wasn't going to shit the bed, right? But
Yeah.
this trailer looks really good. There was one issue we have with the trailer, but other
You
than
two-
that
you two.
one, yeah, okay, I guess Neil and I have the issue with it.
I,
But
I don't
You
really, it's
always
not
have-
really an
but-
issue. It just stood out, and I was like,
the more we analyze
You
it,
have
whatever,
like this
whatever.
love and hate relationship with CGI.
I
I'm just
do.
saying.
So
do
you.
you.
Really do.
I do.
What do you?
No, I
you know what I realized? I
really-
figured out what it is because I started watching this YouTube channel where these guys like break down good and bad CGI.
Where you're
and
telling
they'll-
you're being told what it is. Okay, good.
Well, so
keep
I
going.
I understood that the people who work on this, like when you see the credits and there's like 400 people that are working on it, they're all little kids. They're little millennials that didn't grow up with this shit, so they don't give a shit if it looks good or not. They're like doing the job, getting paid per hour.
That's a stretch.
And the studio does crazy shit where they'll like be like, "Oh, we need this CG scene done," and you have 1 week.
That's what it is. It's not
Before
the
the
other
movie's
thing.
released,
The
and
other
then
thing
you'll
is
have a
bullshit.
scene like that get whipped together in
Yeah.
a week by like 100 people.
I think the first thing you
and
said
it's
is
garbage.
bullshit. The second thing you said
No,
is
I think
true.
that's part of it too. I don't think they care.
But
I mean,
it's not about
No,
that.
no, no, no,
They're
no,
doing
no.
an individual
There's
thing.
but it's like different when you're like when you're like
It's not about
a
them.
filmmaker
They're not
and you're
calling the
making
shots.
this movie and you're like, oh my god, this is like for something like The Irishman. If you've been around and you've seen these movies and you're like, you understand that it's Scorsese directing, Al Pacino and Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci in this movie. You're like, there's some weight, there's some significance here, and then you do crappy CG.
I don't like misuse of CGI. I mean,
wasn't
that has
expecting
no
any
purpose
CG in
for
this,
us. But the
but-
CGI
Yeah,
in
I knew
this
they were. It was gonna be
is
for
definitely to
de-aging.
enhance the story. So I'm really for it. I think I know for a fact because I've read a couple article of. I don't know if I saw an interview also where Scorsese talked about that he went into this film like thinking about the CGI that's going to have to happen in this film. He really thought this true, and he talks about how this is a new new technology for him, how he's never touched this before, but he was really focused in getting it right. So we know that he's not slacking on it at all.
I mean, they released that trailer, so he probably thought that looked good.
Yeah.
He
Or
did.
somebody
He
did.
approved. He definitely approved
Netflix
it.
did, I guess.
So,
He
so
definitely proved it.
So there's one scene, there's one shot really in the
We're
in
being
the trailer.
nitpicky. We are being
We
nitpicky.
are.
You're
We need to
being
watch
nitpicky
it
because I'm okay with it.
Diego's being nitpicky.
The thing is, when I rewatched it, and I rewatched it
Yeah.
up close, I was like, and when we went back and we kind
He
of
means
rounded,
up close that he literally was 2 inches from the
Yeah,
screen.
and we rewound it, and we were like, we went through it. I mean, is rewinding still a thing? And
Yeah.
we rewound it and we went through it a couple times, and we kind of analyzed it. What is it? It definitely does not look great. It looks like a video game, and it's
a
sort
really
of like,
good video game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a shot of him on the phone, Robert De Niro, but then every other scene in the trailer, especially right afterwards,
fine.
is a de-aging thing, and he looks totally fine. So it's just this close-up of him on the phone.
The
and
camera's rotating like
Yes.
around his face, and that's probably what it is.
Yes.
That like creating that three-dimensional
because they have to do
de-aging
that.
is
'Cause
like not.
in
great.
order to do that, you have to create that for every frame of it moving around. It wasn't just like a still shot. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't.
I forgot. I think what it is. And this is the hard part because this is really a new technology when it comes to CGI. It's getting the light to
Yeah.
go within the skin. So then, when the light hits the skin, you have different amounts of light going in. It's almost a translucent type of thing,
Right.
but at a darker stage. And that's what's happening in his forehead and happening on his lips. Is that translucent lighting doesn't feel right, so you're seeing that it's fake, and that's something super technical to do.
Yeah, I honestly I don't know if I've ever seen a de-aging that I thought looked good. That
X-Men.
fooled me.
X-Men 100%
Didn't fool me. It looked
Patrick
fake.
Stewart?
Yeah,
It looked great.
It looked fake to me though.
Patrick Stewart and Ian
It
McKellen.
didn't
Well, I
look
mean,
good.
did it look fake because you
Westworld.
knew?
Well, that might be it.
Yeah.
That might be the whole thing. Is that because I know that this person does not look this young? It's like, but then sometimes they'll do things where they'll take like
Michael
younger
Douglas-
versions of them
yeah.
from like other stock footage or from another movie, and then
Yeah, they
kinda,
do
like,
that.
do
I
that.
think one of the better ones I saw was Michael Douglas. I think it was in the second Ant-Man movie, and maybe they did it.
I
In
remember
Yeah,
Endgame.
that's
They
very
did it
true.
in
Yeah.
Endgame
Still
as well.
CG
No,
and
I
E
know,
to
I know,
me.
but it
But it did a good
was
job.
better than the other ones I've seen.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do agree. There's actually never an instance where I've seen de-aging, CGI de-aging.
Anthony
that's actually-
Hopkins.
no, I
But
know what you're
he's
talking about.
There's a
That looked
scene
like CGI.
where he's like down the hall and you
And he's
see his
walking
face
through,
in the
and they're
distance, and I was
following
like,
him.
that looks good if he's far the fuck away
But
from
then
the
they
camera.
had him in camera, like
Yeah.
a close up. In that same one, they didn't just do it from afar.
Oh, did they do a
showed
close-up?
him walking into the room. Yeah, they did a lot of that in
It
the
did
first
look
season.
CG. He's like,
It
it's just
was.
too smooth. It's like
Yeah.
butter, and you're
So
like,
are you saying
humans
maybe
don't
if
move
they
like
did the
butter.
phone call like
It's
with
almost
a wide
impossible to
shot,
do.
that would be more?
Yeah.
acceptable.
I think they should have done something like in any scene where you're doing a close up, like
Just
in
like a straight on.
But I think Scorsese
it's going to be a
also
long
wanted to
time before they make it look like humans because we know like, it's burned into us.
Well,
what
it
a human
I don't
looks
think
like.
there's.
remember
I'm not going
Rogue
to talk
One.
about
Gollum.
the future, but
Uh,
I think
what
it's
was it,
very
Rogue One?
difficult.
Rogue One.
the
Leia,
Princess
Leia, and you could see it in that
was
too.
weird.
Yeah.
It was
like-
okay. It was okay, but it was
No, but it didn't even look like her
Yeah.
because they had another actress who looked kind of like her, and then they
Yeah.
did her face on top of the actress's face so they could keep.
Yes.
I mean, I understood what they did, and it
I'm
looked
okay in
whatever it was looked
sci-fi.
good. It just didn't look like Princess
Yeah.
Leia.
But see, I can let
wasn't quite
The
there.
Irishman because
Oh, I have
I'm
another one.
so ready for the story in this film.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
It doesn't affect me.
And
at
the
all.
rest of it doesn't
I'll-
look like
I'll
that at all.
And
definitely
I
watch
respect.
it.
I think part of that showing that close-up shot is him saying, "This is how hard we worked on this film for you. We really worked hard in trying to get this right." And even though it doesn't hit the marker that he wants or the marker of reality that we expect from for seeing it,
yeah.
he still wants us to see how hard he worked on it. And I'm like, I don't care if it looks like. Are you like bullshit?
No. I'm,
Are you coughing on the
I
side?
was just clearing
No.
my throat. You know what's interesting? Because I watched this YouTube channel where they talk about specifically this kind of thing. They talked
Yeah.
about the Henry Cavill thing where he had the stash and they had to
Oh,
like
yeah.
CG over his lip or whatever.
Stash shape.
So they did this thing where they took what's called the deep fake technology
Yeah.
or whatever, where you take like thousands and thousands of images of somebody's face and you put it in this AI
That's
software,
pretty
and then
unbelievable.
it's
Yeah.
essentially able to like mask.
Yeah. Did you see
those
Jim
images
Carrey?
over it.
As Jack
In-
Nicholson in The Shining?
Yeah,
Holy.
that was
Did you see that one? It's
so-
like the best one
Oh,
I've
no,
seen.
I didn't
Oh
see
my
it, yeah.
gosh!
Is
I
it-
thought I was like,
I don't know why they don't just do that. If they took photos of Robert De Niro when he was younger and then deep faked it, it actually would look better than CG, and it would probably
I
cost
think
a
in the
fraction.
context of a movie, it won't actually look as good as you're
Yeah.
thinking. I think you're thinking
I
of
don't
YouTube
know,
videos
man.
you see where they're doing little things here and there. But
If
you were
we're
to
talking
put
about
it
like I'm telling you, somebody's going to deep fake that scene
Yeah,
with
probably.
photos or whatever on their home computer, and it's going to look better. You're going to look at it, and you're like, that looks realistic. This other thing doesn't, because the software is using actual photos of his face. And not trying to
they
like,
probably
problem
were-
when they're moving around a lot, they're doing a lot of things. It does go to shit.
Well, yeah.
Like,
The scenario
it's not
is
a- it's
he
not a
already-
perfect
well,
technology
they
yet.
did it. They did it with God, what was it? The second Mummy movie with The Rock with CG Scorpion Rock at the
that
end,
was
where his
horrible.
like face. So they deep faked The Rock's face on top of the CG Rock, and it looked amazing.
That was like 10 years ago. It didn't look amazing.
No, this website's
the new
YouTube
thing.
channel.
Okay, I was like, they didn't deep
They
fake
deep faked it just to see if it would look better than the CG that was done. Whatever it was, more than 10 years ago. I think it was like 2002.
15 years ago. or something. Yeah, it was a while ago.
2001?
03 maybe.
Yeah, and it was like that old CG or whatever.
But you also
And
got to
it actually
remember
looks
that
really good.
this movie's been in the making for a while.
I know, which is
the
why I was surprised to see it.
This
like that.
technology is not fast at all.
Yeah.
So it's.
I was thinking they were
what, the
using this,
deepfake?
the Irishman. I was thinking
Oh.
they were doing this. They were taking such a long time to get the de-aging process like perfect. Is what I was thinking when I saw it. I was like, this is not too much better. You know what? The thing is, the rest of the thing
I'm
where you
okay
see
with
de-aging in the rest of the trailer, you don't even notice it, and that's what's great. It's just that one shot. It's up close. It's going around, so that means they didn't do
It's gonna
more.
bother you, man.
It's not.
No, it won't. It won't. It won't
be
because if the movie's amazing, I will forgive it. You know what I mean? Like if the whole is amazing and it does look amazing, the rest of it looks like holy shit. This is like Scorsese.
looks good, yeah.
Joe Pesci's back
I'm
on
excited.
screen.
Joe
I'm
Pesci.
so
They didn't do
excited.
de-aging
Yeah.
with Joe Pesci though. Thank God.
We don't know. I mean, some
And
of the
I- and I
de-aging
lo-
may have been so good we didn't notice. It was just that one
Maybe
scene
he's
at
gonna
the
come out and
end.
be like, it was all de-aging. We'll be like,
It's
what?
Everybody was
It's
de-aged.
hologra-
They're like
holographic
Joe
film.
Pesci's in like a fucking incubator right now.
Even
and,
the
like,
young
oh, man,
people
he's
were
like
de-aged.
decrepit now, and we made him
It's
look
a
like he's like 75.
holographic.
No, did
gangster
you see
film.
him in that Google commercial? The Home Alone Google commercial where
Yeah.
they're like watching.
Joe
Well,
Pesci?
you saw it?
Yeah.
Joe Pesci
He
was
wasn't
in the
in it.
Google commercial for Google
Yeah.
I saw
Home.
I saw Macaulay Culkin. I didn't see the one with Joe Pesci. What are you
Yeah,
talking
Yeah,
about?
they released one with Joe Pesci. His
Yep.
reaction to that
No.
video with Macaulay
Yeah,
Culkin.
they did.
Yeah.
How did I miss that?
And he looks old. He looked old
Yeah,
in
let's
that.
Press
He's like in his
pause
70s.
on the podcast. I want to watch it.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, not really. We'll do
All
that.
right.
You can do it after
I'm pretty
the
sure
commer-
we watched it. Didn't
I
we
did not
it?
watch the
I
Joe
saw it.
Pesci one.
I saw it. Yeah,
I only saw the
It was
Macaulay
on
Culkin.
TV.
What's TV?
This guy.
So,
This fucking guy.
anyways, the Irishman, I like it. I mean, Al Pacino is the first time Scorsese's directing Al Pacino, surprisingly. You know what I mean? He's
Really?
direct- yeah, he's
No.
directing this is the first time that's
Yeah.
the whole news about it. People are talking about
Oh my
that.
God, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
because
not
Al
been in-
Pacino's been with Robert De Niro in all these movies and Joe Pesci, but
Well, even Al Pacino's only been with De Niro. He did Heat, which they only have one scene together, two
Yeah.
scenes together technically.
but they were
and then they didn't get
in
back to
Godfather,
Righteous. No,
but they were two separate
yeah,
timelines.
yeah. They actually first one they actually acted in together was Heat, and then they didn't get back together until Righteous Kill, like where they actually shared and they were like cops together or whatever. But no,
Have I
this
seen
this
that? That sounds so familiar.
yeah.
Maybe I have seen this.
It's like two-
Was it good?
No, it wasn't great.
Okay.
Yeah, it was okay. No, the Righteous Kill. No, Heat's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Righteous Kill. But but
Oh, yeah, I
Irishman,
saw
this
Righteous
is like
Kill. Yeah,
this is them like back in this kind of, and even Al Pacino, we've been wanting to see him into some great shit for a while. Like he hasn't been.
He's
in any
just
great
in the
movie.
Tarantino movie, which
Once
he
Upon
was
a Time
great
Hell.
in.
Yeah, he was great in.
He was
small,
good.
small.
Yeah, small
But-
part. Yeah,
But it's nice to see him kind of back in the
He's
saddle
old.
with like
He's old.
I know
They're all
are.
old, man.
They all are.
They all
They're
are.
all in like
Yeah.
their 70s, 80s.
And they are
Al Pacino
understandably
was-
doing.
Or not Al Pacino. Joe Pesci was
Simpler
born in
moves.
1943.
3 years older than my dad. That's crazy.
I can't do the math. How old is that?
That's 76. 76
Okay.
this year.
yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
That's awesome. That's super awesome.
But I mean, Scorsese's directed Joe Pesci's best roles, I think. You know, he was Raging Bull, where he played Jake LaMotta's, Robert De Niro's brother.
Yeah.
He was great in that. He was in Goodfellas as Tommy. He was in Casino as basically Tommy again, or whatever his character's name was. Those three are like his best roles. He's done a lot of great stuff, and obviously Home Alone movies. He was great.
What was
in.
the one where they like take him out into the cornfield and then they just like beat him to death? Or they
Casino.
beat his brother to death.
Casino.
And then they beat him to
Yeah,
death.
yeah. They beat him both and then throw him in, and they
Yeah.
bury him alive.
That was
Actually,
rough.
they actually they beat him not to death. They beat him where they're still alive, and then they stripped him down to their underwear and they threw him in a ditch and they buried him alive.
Jesus Christ.
It was crazy.
This is why people
I
got
think
upset
what-
at the mafia. They were like, all right, guys, that's a little,
Yeah.
like, come on.
And then
Come
like
on.
this is the Hollywood version of it. It's worse in real life.
Yeah, it's worse in real life. Yeah,
Yeah, it's fucking-
well, it's that whole
fucking
sending a
Gambinos,
message shit.
goddamn
yeah.
Gambinos.
Goddamn, I'm not going to say anything.
That's my last name, so I don't really. I'm okay.
My
I got a
cousin
pass
Vinny.
for life.
My cousin Vinny, that was a really good
Oh my God, My Cousin Vinny. How did we not mention that? I love My Cousin
good
Vinny.
movie.
It's a really good movie. That movie is.
I have to watch it again. But
I told
Oh,
you he
really?
was in JFK also.
You could watch it a
yeah,
million
he was
times. Oh, yeah.
JFK. Yeah, he
The
was the
rat-
one who's like
the riddle wrapped in an
the riddles
enigma,
and the
mystery.
enigma wrapped in a mystery, wrapped in a Eddie
God.
Ferry or something.
Yeah,
he was
with-
like the
with the
super
fake
paranoid
eyebrows.
guy.
Bronx Tale?
Yeah, his
And the wig.
eyebrows kept falling off or whatever.
He was in A Bronx Tale?
Yep.
Shit, who was he in A Bronx Tale?
He was Carmini.
So he's just like another. I think he had a small role in that. Maybe
Yeah, he
as
probably did.
another mob boss. Maybe.
Yeah. So his so this is literally. Oh my gosh, he has nothing after this. Like nothing.
After
This might be like a possible last time we see him.
Oh, Irishman. No, he came out of retirement. He was effectively retired. That is kind of what it was being described as.
Well, he did A Warrior's Tale.
It's
He
a
did
voice.
A voice.
Yeah.
In 2015, and then Love Ranch was 2010. I think we talked about that.
Yeah.
And
But
then The Good Shepherd was 2006.
yeah, that's in 9 years. It's
Yeah,
like
that's
nothing.
just not-
Or 13 years. with
We should
Good Shepherd.
We
He's
should also
leaving us
mention
hanging.
I know.
Harvey Keitel is in this movie, and Ray Romano,
Which
Bobby, and Irishman.
But yeah, Bobby Carnival.
Yeah. I mean, it's like the cast looks
first off, Harvey
fantastic.
Keitel. That's big news, and he's not in the
This dude,
trailer at all.
Jesse
Yeah.
Plemons.
Oh, I love him. Jesus.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
But real quick, Harvey
Harvey
Keitel,
Keitel.
that's big news, and that he's not in the trailer at all. But that is next to De Niro. That's the biggest, or next to De Niro and DiCaprio. That's Scorsese's other big
actor.
Big actor. Like he was in everything, starting with like what is it? Who's Knocking on the Door? Or, what is that movie he did in like 1967? Like his first film ever was with Keitel, and then he did
wow.
Mean Streets in 72, 73. Harvey Keitel was in Taxi Driver as well. Like he was in all these films.
yeah,
So that's a
he's-
big deal that he's coming
he's
back
on
to a
fire.
Scorsese film.
he's got like 10 movies this year.
Who?
Harvey Keitel.
He's a machine.
Well,
Yeah,
Fatima.
like it's crazy. He has like
Liv
140 things on IMDb.
Jesus, he's an actor
Lansky.
apparently.
158. I'm sorry.
Yo, I'm excited to see Martin Scorsese's Roosevelt.
Is he doing? I didn't know he was doing.
Yeah, he's doing
So his
Roosevelt.
next thing. Mm-hmm. Interesting. But yeah, no, Irishman. I'm down for this. It comes out in September.
Yeah.
On Netflix. I'm hoping they do. I think they're. No, he actually had in his contract they're supposed to do a release in theaters. He wants that.
Limited,
Scorsese,
yeah.
It'll be limited. But I think I'm gonna go see it in theaters because I want to.
Yeah, why not?
I'm a theater guy, and I've said this before. Scorsese's in my top 5 directors of all time because of how many times he's delivered.
Yeah.
And even at his age, like not a lot of people are still doing, I think, films like Wolf of Wall Street. He's doing that. He's in his 70s. He's doing Wolf of Wall Street. You know what I mean? Shutter Island and now The Irishman. And he's gone into different areas. Like Hugo is completely different than anything else.
The great thing
he's ever
about
done.
Scorsese is that he has an ability to control chaotic moments and chaotic scenes and very outlandish things. And that's what I like about, and how do you do that? That's just so difficult. And to have all these incredible actors in his film, let's talk about Goodfellas because we saw that.
Yep.
And be able to take you through like that scene again through a calm, joyful moment, then flip your brain really quick to a moment of such tenseness, and then flip it back into a. It's just he knows how to control those scenes, and he's so incredible at it. It's just amazing,
Right.
And he fucks with you. He really fucks with you. Because remember we talked about a couple podcasts ago. We talked about how he took the camera with Ray Liotta to through the. Was that no? That was.
This is Goodfellas.
That was Goodfellas. He takes him through the kitchen.
Yeah.
But he takes you on a loop and takes you back out the same door. And
you don't
because
notice
how
it.
he filmed it, you don't even notice. You think
Yeah.
he's going out another door, going out down another different hallway.
Yeah.
That's just incredible.
Dude, this is the guy who tackled The Last Temptation of Christ. Like, if you've ever seen that movie, like,
Yeah.
you know how much shit Mel Gibson got for doing The Passion of the Christ, which was truthful to, like, what the Bible was basically said about the Jesus story.
Yeah.
Try making a movie based on a book where Jesus is just a fucking man who's got his own fucking problems and sins and
Yeah, it was Willem Dafoe, right?
Yeah,
Played
Willem
JC.
Dafoe. Yeah.
Yeah.
And literally at the end, and Harvey Keitel's in that one as well. They changed the whole story of what happened with Jesus at the end and how he ends up coming off the cross and not dying for his sins and going and having a family and all that shit. Like, This is a Catholic
Yeah.
Italian American fucking filmmaker who like just stepped into hot water, man, and he did that, and he's just kind of like this fearless director who just has tackled these crazy things.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen Silence?
Yeah, I did.
have not seen
did.
Silence, and I've been meaning to see it since
did.
it came out.
It's a very interesting film.
Knock it off, man.
It's a very
It's
interesting
your boy, man.
He's got like six. He's done like 60 movies. Okay.
Who's in it?
Andrew
Liam
Garfield.
Neeson.
Andrew
Liam
Garfield.
Neeson.
Liam Neeson. It's a
Kylo
very
Ren.
interesting film.
Oh yeah, Adam Driver. Yeah, it looked interesting. I mean, I know it didn't get.
It's not one of those. I wouldn't say it's a typical. Well, he did Hugo. You can't really say it's a typical Scorsese film. It's very like the title. It's very silent.
Yeah, it's in
throughout the film.
Japan. These Catholic
it's-
missionaries go to Japan.
Well,
in,
no,
like,
they go
the-
searching
so the-
for Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
who's like who.
So
like,
Andrew Garfield, he goes
converts to, like,
searching
some
for-
Japanese.
Yeah.
What is it?
He tries to follow
I don't
his.
know, I forget what the
It's
name of the
about
religion-
Christianity.
Shintoism or something like that.
Yeah, it's
In
about
Japan.
Christianity, and he goes. Andrew Garfield goes try to find this religious guy who went missing, which
Right.
is what's his name?
Liam Neeson.
Liam
Liam
Neeson,
Neeson, yeah.
and he just goes through this journey.
Their
It's-
mentor.
It's a really interesting film with a very interesting ending. Not gonna say it
Yeah,
because
yeah,
you're
I'm
gonna
gonna
watch
see it.
it
I'm gonna
because
see
you should watch it. It's a long film.
So I remember Jonah
it is
Hill.
one of the things that I didn't like about that film happens at the end.
Okay, got it. All right, so I'm gonna watch it. Jonah Hill has worked with a lot of directors: Quentin Tarantino, the Coen Brothers, Scorsese, a bunch. And he said his favorite director that he ever worked with was Scorsese. And the reason why he's like
you can
Scorsese's
see that.
literally he's a problem solver. He's like, and that's what makes a great director. He literally solves problems, like a complex problems, in like 30 seconds. Like he just goes, "Give me a second," and he just kind of closes his eyes, he figures it out, and he goes, "Good, this is what we're gonna do," and he solves it like that. He's made for that occupation.
You can see Jonah Hill, man. I wish he was in this film too, because when I saw him, what was the movie about selling weapons?
Oh, War Dogs.
War Dogs.
Todd Phillips.
He was
who
fucking
Joker.
amazing.
Yeah, he was good. No,
He was
Jonah Hill's a
he's
great
he's
actor,
incredible.
and he even directed that mid '90s movie that came out last
Yeah,
year, which I really
yeah.
liked. I thought that
Yeah.
was a great little indie film.
I need to rewatch the Cape Fear remake that Scorsese did. I
Nick
forgot, like,
Nolte,
Yeah.
yeah,
Juliette
Robert
Lewis.
Mitchum's in it.
Yeah,
Gregory Peck.
Well, those are the two guys from the original Cape.
I
Fear.
know, yeah,
they
but I'm
had
like-
cameos in the new. It's only cameos. They
'Cause
played
it's-
lawyers basically.
yeah,
Yeah.
but they, to see like some of these older
Yeah.
actors, like,
Be
I
in
mean,
there.
this movie didn't come out
1990.
whatever.
Came
Yeah,
out
1991. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was the year after Goodfellas. Because Goodfellas in 1990.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that movie a bunch. That movie is literally
That's a crazy movie.
frightening.
Yeah.
De Niro, man.
De Niro's
Jesus
psycho.
Christ. Yeah.
Oh man.
Ugh.
Yeah.
It's scary. I've seen the original Cape Fear as well, and this new one is definitely scarier.
Yeah.
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 Cape Fear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a fear of capes.
Yeah, that's what it
Wearing-
is. It's
Yeah.
basically it's called a superhero
Incredible,
acrophobia or something
yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Remember in
Basically,
Incredibles?
Spider-Man's
They
in
never
it.
wear a cape.
Oh, that's right.
Spider-Man's in it.
Because they get sucked into
Yeah.
Andrew
doesn't-
Garfield.
No, Spider-Man because he doesn't like capes.
Oh,
There's only one
I get it.
Spider-Man.
Capes.
Your go-to
Oh, come
should
on.
be
Tobey Maguire?
Tobey Maguire. That
Nah,
should be everyone's go-to.
Nicholas Hammond for me.
Who the hell is that?
He's one of the Von Trapp kids. He grew up and was in a Spider-Man show in the 70s. I used to love that fucking show. I'd watch it on reruns. I had little VHS tapes of it and stuff like that. It was awesome. Nicholas Hammond, man.
Live action?
Yeah, live action in the 70s.
alright.
And then Japan made one as well. And it
Spider-Man.
So let me ask you this, Neil.
I'm not gonna do the accent.
Let me ask
but
you
it's
this:
funny.
Are you willing to mentally let go if the CGI is not up to your highly perfected in the future
It's
CGI
not-
standards?
I don't even have standards. It just it stands
It's
out.
gonna be our new intro.
I don't have standards at all. If I notice it, then
If
to
we're
me, I'm
just
like
at-
the filmmakers failed. If I notice the CG, like they don't want me to know that.
I mean,
this
but
is
you can't-
old Robert De Niro,
That
and
is
they're
true.
trying to make him look young.
Of course, but if the technology only goes so far, if they want to try to, because we're gonna get there by pushing lines, and I think part of what he's doing here is pushing the line of that CGI. I think it really is.
Yeah.
I think one of the biggest companies that have pushed the line in CGI has been Square Enix.
Yeah.
They've really, like, with their films, with their Final Fantasy films, they pushed the line with reality when it comes to people, and this was even like 10 years ago, no, over 20 years ago with their Final Fantasy film. What was it?
Yeah.
I forgot what it was. It was just like
No, Spirits
incredibly-
Within. Final
Spirits
Fantasy
Within,
Spirits
exactly.
Within,
It was really amazing. But I think to have someone do this and push the line when people see this, technicians in CGI might see and say, I know how I can get it further and push the line to get it to where it's at that level, you know?
Right.
So I think I'm going to definitely watch this
If we get to the
film
point
as
where we
everybody's
can't
will.
discern the difference,
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be cool, but it'd also be like scary because, you know, then it's like what's real and what's not real.
Right.
By the way, forgot to tell you that this is not Nick here. This is actually a CGI version. That
Don't make me self-aware.
Don't make me self-aware. Yeah. So
That's the one thing
but-
we don't want to do.
Yeah.
I'm fucking excited to see myself on screen again. I really am. Tell me, guys. How
I'm
do you
excited.
feel?
I do want to see it. I do want to see it. I'm excited. I might see it in theaters. How long is it? Do we know how long the theater run's going to be?
No, but it's
Same-
basically
same
limited.
as
Most,
Netflix.
most Netflix
Like a-
movies, when they do
like
a
a
theater,
day?
No, probably a couple weeks.
Oh, okay. Are you going to see it in theaters?
No,
Dude.
I'm definitely gonna see it. In
Have you
Netflix.
seen Lion King yet?
No, I have not.
This is literally was
We
on the top of
saw
his
Once
list.
Upon a Time.
Yeah, I've seen it twice
He's
in
seen it
theaters now.
twice.
Once Upon a Time in
Once Upon a
Hollywood.
Time
I
in
might see
Hey,
it a third time.
That'd be great if Joe Pesci was in Lion King.
What the fuck you mean you kill my father?
Timon. He could
Joe
play
Pesci
Timon.
was in Lion King. You still wouldn't see it.
No, he
I
didn't.
don't know. That's
You cannot get this guy in the theaters.
That's teetering in line.
What the fuck you
true.
mean you kill my father?
Oh. I might actually go see it in theaters.
You could actually probably take it to like the Froggy speech from Lethal Weapon 4 and maybe like
Froggy.
put that into Lion King somewhere.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you for joining us here at Get to the Podcast. That's Get to the Podcast with the number 2. My name is Tiago D'Souza.
I'm Nick Gambino.
And I'm Neil Carson.
And I'm motherfucking Joe Pesci. What? You got nothing to say after
I
that?
got nothing.
What do you mean by
What do you
silent?
say? You can't even have a.
What the
can't,
fuck you
can't
mean
have
by
a proper
silent?
dialogue with
all right,
Joe
all right, all right.
Pesci.
You got to do that. All right, all right, all right.
Okay, no, it's okay. Okay. Whatever you need, Leo gets. Get it?
Whatever you need, Leo gets.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.